What up, Hoopers? Welcome in. Much love. Trav here. And let's talk about how to be alpha at pickup basketball, how to be that guy, what you have to do. Why? Because it's fun. It makes pickup more fun. It feels better. More respect. You get to do more. Why would you want to be beta? Why would you, right? Why wouldn't you want to be alpha? So we're going to talk about some tactics, some science. If you want any book on this, I really like Pitch Anything. It talks about establishing frames, people's perceptions and realities, and the basic concept is everyone has a frame, a narrative, a story, and you want your reality to be I'm alpha, and everyone else has to accept that. So how do you do it? First of all, here's some encouragement. You don't need to be the most athletic player. You don't need to be the biggest player. You don't need to be the most skilled player. You don't need to be the best decision maker to be the alpha on court. But if you should probably be one of those, right? It needs to be rooted in some reality. If you're the worst player, the least skilled, the least athletic, and you don't know what's going on, you're gonna have no confidence. So there's certain reality. You should be one or the other. And for me, whenever I step on the court, I know I'm probably, from my background as a pro gamer, I know I'm the best decision maker out there, best communicator. I'm athletic, and I'm often the most skilled player. So that is mine, but also you might just be big, you might be athletic. It might come from somewhere else, but it should be real. So how do you establish that you're the alpha? Few things. One is important. It's a lot more powerful to... So let's talk about interactions, how you're going to interact with people to set up yourself as the alpha. So for one thing, it's a lot more powerful to laugh at someone than to be mad. Like if someone makes calls against you, or you just laugh at them, like instead of getting mad. If your position is at the top, people are going to be mad at you, but you're not going to react to them. So, that doesn't mean you get every call. Some calls are going to go against you. But if you're just like, okay, like laugh at them because they're making a bogus call and the frame is they just haven't seen your move before, they don't know what to think, right? That's totally different from like, oh man, I traveled. Like, no, you really just, I'm laughing at you because you've never seen that before, right? Different frame, like let people be mad at you. So you can get mad at teammates, but and that can work to establish yourself as the alpha on your team, but that's actually not necessary. What you want to do, because if you're alpha, you're way above everyone, and you can lift people up and they're still not going to reach you. So you want to encourage people, and you want to give props to your opponents. You can be mad, but it's less about being mad and more about giving orders. Like start off little orders, like set the frame as you give orders. Like you want to guard here, I'll go here. Start the game with that little thing, like inbound, or like take him, shoot it. Just tell someone to shoot right before they're going to shoot it anyways. Just give people like little orders and they obey, and then they stack up, and eventually, as long as people go along with it, your frame becomes the dominant frame. So they're going to end up trusting you. The ball's just going to come to you without you having to work for it. And this might take more than one game. It might take more than one day. You might have to revisit the same spot over multiple times. But people will come to recognize that you are the alpha just because of the way you carry yourself, the way you interact. There's a few more things. The main thing is just don't get mad, like laugh at people. Or like be friendly, talk a lot and give lots of little orders, and that is probably enough to get you started. Here's another thing to think about, and this isn't always true, but in general, and some people will argue this, if you have a low heart rate, like you're ice cold, that can give you an advantage. If you imagine someone's really mad and animated and angry and like their heart's pounding or they're panting and you're just like chilling, that creates a really powerful dynamic where you are just so cool and in control. But if you want to go run around, that's why you're out there, that's cool too. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Again, this is the book that I recommend on it. It's about sales, but it's good for basketball too. Pitch anything, frame stacking, how to be the alpha at pickup basketball, social dynamics, play it cool, give orders, give encouragement, and give props to the opponents when they do cool things. Any other tips? Do you have any other tips? There's some other things we could get into, like making calls on the other team and stuff like that, but those are really the big ones that I feel. What do you think? Go try it. Go play pickup basketball and implement some of these things. Again, it might take more than one day, but if you've got other tactics and tricks, I would love to hear them. We'd all love to hear, the community would love to hear them. Finally, if you're not yet in the group, Hoops Movement group on Facebook, make sure to join in. We got some cool discussions going on in there, so see you in there. Much love. Stay alpha.